Welcome to this video. I'm going to be going through part one in the series of what I look for in a management team. And in this video particularly, I'm going to be focusing around their track record. What signs am I looking for? So you have different types of experience that I typically look for, but generally as a rule of thumb, I would want to see signs of management excelling in their journey throughout their life as a consistent pattern, whether this be sort of overachieving in sports. This could be overachieving in sort of academics, or potentially getting into the university when you were, for example, unfavored to do so. This could be starting business ventures early on. That's sort of like the first thing I look for. But even better on top of that is if management actually has experience, has multiple exits and multiple successes in that particular space. To me, that shows that they know what they're doing, they've got the formula down, they've had the same problems, and they're well equipped to deal with it. They know what to do, and it's highly likely that they're going to be more successful than someone who's come into the space brand new. Now, sometimes you might not get that. You might get from different tangents, different ventures, potentially within their job rather than a founder-led business. And even this can still be very helpful because you can find absolutely amazing sort of management that have just sort of climbed through the ranks, and they've gone and had great track records. Taranga Elf Beauty Cosmetics company is a great example of this. He worked at a major sort of consumer packages company, and he scaled multiple brands. I believe it was Clorox off the top of my head, from basically like 100 million to multi-100 million brands. And to me, that really emphasizes that they have that skill, and it's been proven to scale brands. That's something that he's done with lightning speed and lots of growth there. So to me, that gives me confidence in the fact that he will be able to grow his business that he's running. But that's generally what I'm looking for there. I'm looking for some sort of track record, some sort of history that could give them an undifferentiated edge, whether that be that they founded and started businesses early on into their career, that they're going to have some sort of advantage there, whether that just be that they've been successful throughout their career and have had an excellent track record. And equally, you can find the opposite, where I've actually had a CEO, chief exec, he's left the company where he's essentially been kicked out for running the business almost into the ground because it was highly unprofitable and basically attempting growth at all costs. And even then, on the growth front, there wasn't actually that much to show for it additional for the costs that they're bringing in. And I'd actually seen him transfer into another company that I'd had some sort of the Elf had acquired a company, Road, recently, and previously the CEO of Road was previously CEO of Honest Inc. And this Honest company had essentially been almost, in my opinion, run into the ground because of him, because cost structures weren't there. There was no cost discipline in that sense. And for him to then take over Road and run it is a red flag for me, and that's something I'll be monitoring cautiously there. But so it can act in both ways. But generally, if you're looking for great management, which is generally what you're doing in an investment, you want to see track record of excelling there, not someone who's potentially gone and been, call it, kicked out of the business with a golden parachute, again my opinion, to then come and run your company. So you do really need to understand what they've done at the business during their time, what have they led. So that's the first part. Thank you for listening.